What is up, y'all? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you my TNA Slammiversary 2012 review. If you guys want to know my thoughts about TNA from the past 10 years, go to my channel. I posted a video a while back, I believe like last Tuesday, about my thoughts of TNA turning 10 years old. Slammiversary 2012. Let's get into it, shall we? So we kick off the show with the almighty Hulkster brother, an Hulkamania dude decides to do something that has never been done before, brother. Well, actually, he does. No! He does something different! Alright. Calm down, I understand. So, Hulk Hogan basically comes out and pretty much says, hey, I got an idea. Fuck you, Eric Bischoff. Let's make the X Division free again. And that's what he basically did as our opening matchup. Austin Aries versus Samoa Joe was for the X Division title. What a great opener for the show. The crowd was all hyped to it. Like the Aries chants, the Let's Go Joe chants. Austin Aries did some sick moves. Samoa Joe did some sick moves. And I felt Samoa Joe felt happy. I liked looking at Joe tonight. It brought me back. It brought me back to that old Samoan submission machine when he first came out, arms crossed, and then how he was wrestling out there. This was a good opener, and Austin Aries retained after the brainbuster, after a cool sequence of moves. I'm fine with that because, Austin Aries, he's ready for that next level. I personally, for me, when in 2007, when I first saw Austin Aries in TNA, I did not know where this guy's career would go. To be honest, I wasn't really big on him. I didn't find his work all that impressive. That was like in 2007. He comes back, probably from the independent scene, more hungry than ever. He's just been impressive. What can you say about A-Double? Just been impressive as of late. The awesome Austin Aries. And then we move on to the next match. The next match, we had two returning superstars, and Hernandez and Kid Cash, and this kind of brought me back to the silent days of TNA, where they would kind of do this, where they would have two returning stars kind of just go at it for no reason. And this was kind of like that match. Hernandez, for me, looked very good in this match. I really liked how Hernandez looked. The match was not that great. It was an okay match, nothing too special to write home about, but it was okay for what it was. I liked what how they used Hernandez, actually. I liked how they featured him. Kid Cash kind of he looked good in shape, but he kind of looked okay. I don't know. I wasn't impressed by Kid Cash here. Hernandez really stole the show for me in this match, so congratulations, Hernandez. Hernandez wins after Super Max Bomb. And are they calling him Super Max again? Is Hernandez a face again? Please, answers. And then we get the tag team match. Robbie E and Robbie T, or Bobby T, or Rob Terry, I don't know what his name is, versus Devon and Garrett Bischoff. Okay, this is what I gotta say about Robbie E. I don't hate Robbie E as a wrestler. Oh no, I just hate his fucking gimmick. But, in a sense, in defense, it is a different gimmick, although it's kind of Zack Ryder-ish. It is meant for entertainment, but the thing is, he shouldn't be featured in the mid-card. He should just be a joke in the X Division, having fun. I mean, look at Eric Young. He's a perfect example of a gimmick in TNA. He's not supposed to win a world title. He's not supposed to be a world champion by any means, but it's fun to see him. The thing about Robbie E is his gimmick sucks, and it's not fun to see him, although it's somewhat entertaining. But Robbie T versus Garrett Bischoff and Devon, let's just face it, this match was controlled by one man only. The fans only cared for one man, and that was Devon Dudley. Devon Dudley was getting chants all night. Fans were chanting, "We want Devon," when Garrett Bischoff was wrestling. I was chanting, "We want Devon." When Devon came in there, those fans motherfucking exploded. They were like, "Yeah, fucking Devon." I was like, shit, man, these guys love Devon. And Devon and Garrett Bischoff get the win. Whatever. Let's just hope Robbie E and Devon end soon. Oh my god, I really don't want to see them feud anymore. Why can't there be different people for the TV title? I just don't understand. But then we get Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, and Mr. Anderson for the #1 contender. Not Kurt Angle, I'm sorry, RVD and Mr. Anderson. I'm thinking about Bound for Glory 2010. My bad. So we get that triple threat match. Winner goes on to face either Bobby Roode or Steen for the Impact Wrestling, TNA, whatever the fuck they want to call it, world title. And This was a good triple threat match. In the beginning, it kind of started out sloppy, like that whole coin toss and Jeff Hardy, like it looked all sloppy. But then near the end, it really picked up. I thought this was probably for me the most enjoyable RVD match I've seen in a while. I was getting bored of RVD. I thought RVD kind of lost it a little. I don't think he's a trash wrestler. I was just thinking, RVD is just kind of getting stale, but he really did a good job in this match. Jeff Hardy was Jeff Hardy, and Mr. Anderson. Okay, see, the thing was, Mr. Anderson was the last guy I was expecting to win this match. I'm a huge Mr. Anderson fan. I also like Jeff Hardy, but I'm more of a Mr. Anderson fan. So seeing him win was a surprise because I thought TNA would have Jeff Hardy win because Jeff Hardy never really got that chance, and they've been building up Jeff Hardy, and I thought they were going to do like a Bobby Roode and Jeff Hardy feud over the summertime. But hey, Mr. Anderson, yes, he won. And oh, thank God. Fuck you, Crimson. Seriously. Fuck you, Crimson. No one likes your dumb red ass hair. No one likes your dumb red tights. You are boring. I'm sorry. I was getting into Crimson when he first came to TNA. I liked that they were trying to do some undefeated streak, but then he just got boring. They didn't do anything to make him interesting. They didn't force him into the main event. They didn't try anything new with him. They just kind of kept him the undefeated Crimson. And this was boring as fuck. And he came out, and I was just praying that Christian Cage would come out and beat him. But I got even better. Oh, sorry about your damn luck, Crimson, whatever your gay name is. James Storm came back from TNA, and I kind of wish they kept James Storm off TV for a little bit longer. But anything to get rid of that undefeated streak, and especially to a guy like James Storm, who I think deserves to win more than Crimson, I'm all fine for. James Storm, fuck the world. Now we get on to the TNA Hall of Fame, and I know many fans are wondering, did this person deserve it? In all honesty, WWE will put him in the Hall of Fame one day. One day they will, whether he dies by then or whatever. He will be in the Hall of Fame for WWE. He's going to be in Professional Wrestling Hall of Fames all over the world. Magazines, the Iowa. And speaking of the Iowa Hall of Fame, you should really check out that website, the Dan Gable Museum. Very cool stuff. But besides that, Sting gets inducted to TNA Hall of Fame. He pretty much brought interest to TNA. That's fine. I'm all good for it. Whatever. Let's move on. Now we go on to the Knockouts title match. And this match for me, I was very interested going into it. Miss Tessmacher has the nicest ass in the fucking world. There's no denying that. That ass is just fucking... Oh my goodness. If I could just grab one ass, that would be the ass. And she was facing no against Gail Kim. And, last month at, I believe, Sacrifice, that was a good match that they put on. I was digging it. I was digging it. And when Tessmacher lost, I was kind of pissed. I was like, oh, and that was a good thing that I was pissed off that Tessmacher lost because it made me want to see more of the rematch. And then the rematch happened, and the match itself was more of Tessmacher trying to make sure her boobies weren't exposed. And it was kind of not that great. It wasn't that great of a Knockouts match. I can't say really much about it. But what I did like was the ending. The ending probably was the only saving grace for me about this match. When Gail Kim was going for Tessmacher's finisher and Tessmacher got the roll up, that Texas crowd just fucking popped. And 1, 2, 3, Tessmacher wins the, Knockouts Championship. I am happy about that. I am so happy about that. I'm proud. I'm seriously happy about it. I don't know why. And it just felt like a good feel-good moment. And her mic work at the end, it kind of reminded me of Kelly when she first won the Divas title, but it's Tessmacher. What do you expect? You expect like a grade A promo from her? But there's only one man that you would expect a grade A promo for. He is one of my favorite talkers in wrestling right now. He is probably one of the most interesting guys, and that's Bully Ray. Bully Ray, seriously, I love his mic work. I swear. Yeah, when he was doing this gimmick at first, I was very questionable. I was like, oh god, TNA putting Bully Ray in that upper main event. Oh fucking god, no. And then You hear him talk, you see how he works a match, and you just say, I love Bully Ray. That's just me. I love Bully Ray, what he does out there. And the whole Joseph Park storyline, I wasn't really too keen on it. I thought it was interesting a little bit, just a little bit, but I wasn't too keen on it. And Bully Ray, and I didn't think the crowd would really accept Joseph Park. Bully Ray comes out with the whole New York Yankees suck, New York sucks, all this shit. I was enjoying that. And Joseph Park, seriously, he got probably one of the loudest pops in that whole building. And fans were going batshit crazy, and I was feeling good about it. The match was, for what it was, it was okay. Like, it wasn't really a match. It was like a kind of like a brawl, sloppy brawl. I don't know what you want to call it, but it had some good elements. Bully Ray does a great job at making the match entertaining with his, I don't know what he is. Maybe he's just that natural New York guy that people hate. That the main reason why people hate New Yorkers so much. Maybe that's why people don't like Bully Ray. But I thought he did a good job. And then Joseph Park slash Abyss, they're not the same people. I swear, people say, no, they're the same people. No. Joseph Park and Bully Ray are different. I mean, Joseph Park and Abyss are different fucking people. I'm trying to tell you all this, and you guys don't believe me. It's like you guys say you can't see Little Chris. And I know Little Chris, R-Truth, was not on this show. He should have been, though, because he's a two-time NWA World Champion with the 3 Live Crew. But that's besides the point. Abyss comes out, puts Bully Ray through a table, and 1, 2, 3, Joseph Park wins. And okay, let's move on. So, Christian, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, came out under the Christian Cage name, and he's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Last time I was here, there was like 6 corners in the fucking ring, and I was like, LOL, TNA. And then there's this cool sign that said, peep, like how Christian says peep, all power. And I started going, LOL, that's hilarious. And I was laughing. And then he just came out to do the #1 moment in TNA. It's funny when you watch the top 50 greatest moments in TNA on that DVD, the #1 moment is them coming to Spike TV. So why isn't that the #1 moment? Were they just sucking on Stane's cock a little bit too much? I don't know. And then we get the tag team title match. And I'm pretty sure many fans are wondering, I don't know if you guys are wondering, but what are my thoughts on the AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels and the Dixie Carter stuff that's going on? It depends on how you enjoy your product of professional wrestling. Some people are kind of like, I can understand where some people don't really like this feud. Think it's stupid because, AJ Styles should be downgraded to this. But in a way, for me, this is how I enjoy my product. I grew up with like my grandma and my mom. My dad was my dad was like working all the time, and my grandpa, kind of passed away way too early, and yeah, and so I was always surrounded by women watching Lifetime movies and General Hospital and Days of Our Lives, and I like soap operas. That's what kind of got me into wrestling, because wrestling is considered a male soap opera, and this is like one of those cheesy soap operas that I would watch as a kid, and it brings back cool kid memories. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying it's awesome. I'm just saying it's all right for me. I'm okay with it. The only thing I'm not okay with that it features AJ Daniels 89 fucking 812 100 million quadrillion bazillion. I don't care about AJ Daniels anymore. Stop it. I mean, if it was just Kaz, that'd be okay, I guess. But stop it with the AJ Daniels, seriously. But AJ and Kurt Angle, for whatever reason, they're attacking now versus Daniels and Kazarian. I'm kind of lost at what I really think about this match, because the in-ring action was really cool for this match, but I don't know what it had to do with the storyline. I really don't. I'm like, what was the whole storyline again? It kind of made me wonder, what was the point of this match? What was the storyline behind this match? It was just like Surge. I thought Surge was going to come out and cost AJ and Kurt, and that would have added more to the storyline, but I was just like, kind of like, what is the whole idea behind this match? It just kind of felt like they just put them out there. I'm glad they did. They put on a good show, but it was just kind of, what was the storyline behind there? It didn't really kind of feel like a tag team match. There was like a lot of times where like Kazarian and Daniels were in the ring at the same time, and same with Kurt Angle and AJ. It just felt some bit of a little bit of a cluster, but it was good in-ring entertainment, in my personal opinion. So AJ and Kurt win. I don't know how I really feel on that. I'm happy that two of my favorites did win the tag team championships. That's for sure. I'm a huge AJ and Kurt fan, so I'm happy that they won. But at the same time, it's kind of eh. And then we get on to the main event: Bobby Roode versus Sting. This was a good classic match. This was a simple match, nothing too technical, nothing too fancy. I'm happy that Bobby Roode survived the Scorpion Deathlock. I'm surprised they made Bobby Roode survive that Scorpion Deathlock. I thought Bobby Roode was going to tap out like a bitch and Sting was going to win, and then fans were going to come on here and be like, TNA fucked up again, fuck you TNA, and all this other bullshit, and then I was going to be like, LOL, the whole show wasn't that bad, settle down, and everyone would just scream and all this other stuff, but Bobby Roode survived, and Bobby Roode gets another cheap win, and I know many fans are still going to be like, fuck you TNA, you made Bobby, okay, the whole thing was they were making Bobby Roode look like a bitch during the whole match. Why not have Sting bitch him out at the end of the show? This crowd was a happy crowd. This crowd was a great crowd. This crowd was into every single match. They were into almost every single damn match on this card. They were making yes chants, ECW, TNA chants. This is awesome. This is wrestling chants. They were doing a great job tonight. And why not, Bobby Roode was getting booed out the building. Why send the fans home pissed off? Why not have them be happy that Sting kicked Bobby Roode's ass? I'm fine with Sting kicking Bobby Roode's ass at the end. Bobby Roode's still TNA champion, right? The crowd gets to go home happy after giving us a great display of chants. I'm fine with Sting kicking Bobby Roode's ass at the end of the show. Personally. But will this lead on to more Sting and Bobby Roode? I hope not, because Bobby Roode and James Storm is the one feud in TNA I'm excited for. But overall, what are my thoughts of Slammiversary? Being a TNA fan for so long, I would have never thought it would reach 10 years. Now with Slammiversary, they lived up to a hype of a 10-year show. I think it barely was up there, but it wasn't up to the hype. I thought this was a fun show, though. It brought good flashback. Like, this show kind of felt like a Nashville 2002 show for TNA. It had that same feeling, the same flow, direct to the matches. It just had a simple flow to it. It didn't feel too screwy. It didn't feel too bad. It just had a nice, simple flow to it. They had good promos. The crowd was hyped. It just felt like an overall fun show to go to and a fun show to watch. There was at least 2 to 3 great matches, however you looked at it. We got a fine main event, and we sent the crowd home happy. I think TNA did a good job here tonight. Overall, though, Slammiversary, the one thing I had gripes with is that there wasn't really too many memorable moments. There wasn't a moment that will stand out. Besides Sting going to the Hall of Fame for most people, I don't really think there was too much of a big moment. But other than that, Slammiversary gets a thumbs up for me. I give it a B-. What are you guys' thoughts about Slammiversary? Comment down below. Subscribe if you like. Twitter, second channel, all down below. Chase Oliver 68.